One day, a farmer knocked a monastery door. Monastery door is nothing but it is a holy, beautiful gate, like gate of a temple, where all saints, a set of saints resided. So a man came up and he opened up the door. A saint came up and he opened up the door. Now the farmer gave a bunch of grapes which he had in his hand to the saint, to the man who opened up the door, and said, "Brother, this is for you. These are from my vineyard. Please take it from me," he said. Then the saint, the first person who opened the door, took the grapes from him and he said, "Thank you so much. I will give it to the abbot immediately," he said. Abbot is the head of this monastery, the person who is the head of this monastery. Now the farmer intervened and said, "No, brother, this is only for you, because every time when I came up and knocked the door, you are the one who opened up the door for me. And even when my land was in rough conditions, you are the person who gave me a piece of bread and wine every day. You took care of me, so I would like to give this to you," he said. The saint thanked the farmer and he went inside the monastery. He went in and he thought, no, this should be given only to the abbot, because the abbot is the person who teaches the words of wisdom and who taught all this is he. So it should be given to him, he thought. So he took the grapes and he gave it to the abbot. Abbot is the person who received the grapes in the second time. Then the abbot, after receiving it, he thought this should be given to a person, this should be given to a brother who was very sick in this monastery. There was a brother who was suffering from a disease, who was very sick, so this should be given to him, he thought. The abbot took the bunch of grapes. He went to the saint who was very sick. He handed it over to him. He said, "Please enjoy this is for you." He gave it to him. The third person who received this, which is the sick saint, received it from him, and he in turn thought that this should be given to his cook, because his cook was the one who was feeding him even during his sick times and who gave him the best meals. So on lunch, he called his cook. He gave it to him and said, "This was a gift from me to you," he said. Now the cook was the fourth person who was receiving it. He was very delighted on receiving this, and he was admiring the grapes. It was very beautiful to see. So what he thought is, he took that grapes and he was just thinking whom to give this. So he thought there was a senior most priest in this monastery who take care of everyone. So he thought this should be given to the most senior person. He took the grapes, he went to the most senior priest and he handed over it to him, and he said, "Sir, this is for you," he gave. Now the senior person got it from him, and he was also very happy on seeing this nature's gift. So what he thought is, this we have almost enjoyed and we have seen all these things in life. This should be given to a young saint in this monastery. So he in turn again called a very small priest, which is a young priest in this monastery, and then he said, "Dear saint, this is for you. Please keep this with you," he said. Now the young saint got it, and he was happy on seeing this, and he kept it. He was the sixth person almost he was receiving, and he was very happy on seeing this. Now he thought to himself, when we came to this monastery first, there was a person who opened the doors up for me, and still he is doing this job. So this is the right time we should gift him something. So what he did is, he took the grapes and he went to the saint at the gates. That is the first person who received it from the farmer. He went to him and he said, "For you spent most of your time all alone in these gates, and now these grapes will make you very happy. You see, in your life, what goes around, what you give out, you will get it back exactly the way you did it yourself. So never forget, when thinking about other people and what you can do for others, each good deed at some point of time in your life will come back to you. I promise," he said. Thank you for hearing and watching Storyteller.